Hey, it's Mo.
It's your girl
Hey,
JT.
Sadé.
And I'm Philly, and you are now tuned into Decoded.
All right, guys. So welcome back. This is episode 22. So ladies, what are you sipping on today?
I had to pull a Felicia move and just have some plain water today. I feel like I haven't been getting enough water in my system. I feel like the thing is, I've recently like switched to sparkling water, and like that's all I've been drinking. But I'm like, no, you still need regular water.
Mm-hmm.
So now I have just a big old bottle of water.
Sparkling water is bomb,
Yeah.
though. Like Perrier?
Yeah.
No. It's not puree, nothing like that. Okay? It's not pure. Don't listen. I did not say nothing about Perrier. I said sparkling water, just the cheapest brand I can find. Okay.
Don't kill me.
I'm
drinking water too. Oh,
okay.
Well,
yeah, no. We could just continue the H2O train.
Yeah. I'm gonna hop on Finch. I'm at Finch right now, so I'm hopping on. I'm drinking water just with ice. That's pretty much it.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing special.
Okay. I'm drinking some ginger tea in my Jamaican mug that I got as a little souvenir last time I was there. So yeah, it's just some ginger tea.
Okay, yeah, I'm on the H2O train as well. Last night I drank like half a bottle of Pink Whitney. That's vodka.
What?
Yo, Sadé drinks. You know what it is? You know what? Let's park. You know why Sadé was drinking heavy last night? Because it was supposed to be Caravana. And as a fellow soca lover, well, not me. Well, as she's a soca lover, she was going through it. Like she was trying to cope with Caravana not being there. And I think everyone should check on all their soca lovers, all their Caravana mass players, because they're not doing well. This is a very tough time for them.
This exact time last year, I was at Sunshower Fete, and I'm going through it right now. So, but you know what? I'll just drink my water.
To be honest, I can't relate because I'm not a Caravana person.
I'm not gonna lie, I've never played mass this whole time I've lived in Toronto, born and raised in Toronto. I've never played mass, but this was the 1 year I actually want to play mass. I actually messaged Sadé earlier in the year and said, yo, whatever you're doing, wherever you're going, I'm gonna be following you. And she probably thought I was lying, but I was dead ass. I just really wanted to play mass this year. And COVID said, sis, you're not playing mass. Stop it.
Yep.
Sit down. Why are you making plans? You don't know I'm gonna roll in March?
Yeah, so, COVID locked down a lot of stuff, man. It locked down a lot of stuff.
Yep. But you know, we're moving through it now. You know, we're at phase 3. Things are opening up. Gyms are open now. People are on the road. How do you guys even feel about that? Like, are you guys still kind of just laying low or what?
Me? Low? I'm sorry. I don't know. You guys can comfort me, but I have to live my life, man. I feel like I've been robbed of my life this year. I feel like I didn't get a chance to do as much as I wanted. So I'm sorry. I'm trying to play catch up at this point. Whatever's open, I'm there.
Agree.
I'm just gonna take my precautions. I'm gonna bring my mask, my hand sanitizer, but at this point, whatever is open, I am there.
We have to live our life. What else are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Yesterday, I tried to live my life. I tried to really do it. I was like, I'm going to the mall. Okay. First time. First time since COVID, I'm like, Monique, go to the mall, get what you need to do. Oh my gosh. I was literally like not having a panic attack, but I was like, yo, I'm not ready. Like, I'm actually not ready because some people are in the mall and it's you other than the mask, you think that nothing happened.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, this is not for me. Let me just go back home and continue with my quarantine life.
The mall is risky. Yeah. No, I'm staying out of the malls for now, to be honest with you. I'm gonna continue.
I've been to the mall a couple times. That's how I look at it. If you're scared and you're not comfortable, definitely stay home, continue the quarantine. But if you really don't care anymore, just follow the precautions, follow the rules, do what you have to do, come back home. I don't know, do it after what you have to do when you come home as well, and live your life, because clearly our government doesn't really care or whatever. Like, no one really cares. So it's like you just have to do what's best. Exactly. You just have to do what's best for you. So.
And another thing is, I've saved so much money in this quarantine time. Yesterday, I went into the mall and I don't know what happened. I blinked and the money I spent was like, I was like, no, this is why I deserve to be inside. I'm not ready yet.
Well, speaking of laying low, let's get into this week's lowdown. We have seen recently that Netflix, they've acquired the rights to classic black sitcoms such as Sister Sister, Moesha, Girlfriends, The Game, and so much more. So that prompted us to ask ourselves this week, what black sitcom would we be a part of?
Oh, I know which one I'd be a part of. My favorite one, and the one that I can see myself in, I would say Girlfriends.
Yep.
I love Girlfriends. Like, I love the range of like the different lifestyles of Black women live, from the bougie to even like couch surfing and not really having a home. To be honest, I actually just love the different backgrounds of the Black women that were portrayed on the show, and not just your average stereotype. Like, even Joan was a lawyer, and she even had her friend Maya as her assistant. And then, as I said, like, Lynn was couch surfing. She was very free spirited, never really held down a job. I think Girlfriends for me.
Yeah,
that's a good one,
and especially for the reasons you just said. Like, yo, that's why Girlfriends just did it, because when do you see that? Like, when are we portrayed in so many different ways? And especially the fact that it was done back then. Oh, that's revolutionary.
I feel like it was like the Sex in the City. The Sex in the City of the Black community.
Yes. I feel like it should have blown up more than Sex in the City. Like, but that's another conversation for another day. We know why Sex in the City blew up more. You know? So, but I was saying to say this, I never really watched Girlfriends when I was younger because I felt like it was way too mature for me. I never really understood what was going on most of the time. And I feel like I wasn't really allowed to watch it at the same time. It was my older sister used to watch it, but I never really got into it. But now that I'm an adult, I crave to watch Girlfriends, but I can't find on any streaming platform.
On YouTube. The whole thing is on YouTube.
Okay. I didn't know. Clearly I wasn't doing my research properly. That's my fault. But yeah, I never really got into it. And I never really understood it. But now that I'm an adult, yes, I really, really want to watch it. And yeah. So yeah. Yeah, Girlfriends, I never really watched it, to be honest. Don't come for me. Don't take
Which one would you be in, though? Which one did you watch and like?
So the ones that I watched were obviously Sister Sister, Moesha, and The Game. But the one I really wanted to be a part of was Moesha, because at that time I felt like she was a young girl. She, did everything she wanted, kind of in a way, and she dated Q, so that kind of wanted me to be her. and Hakeem. So she just seemed like that it girl at that time. She seemed really cool. Brandy was like the one that everyone really liked. So I just wanted to be that girl for that moment. That's the reason why.
Everybody's sons, eh?
Everybody's sons at her door. Okay. So that's the reason why I wanted to be Moesha.
Okay. I think I would be like Laura from like Family Matters. I don't know why. I just
who's Laura from Family Matters?
Laura was the
Is Family Matters even on this list?
No, but literally, like, I was researching this whole thing, and it just brought back so many older shows.
You had to include it.
Family Matters.
Saying you're gonna write a letter to Netflix.
Yes, I'm sorry,
but while you're at it and you're writing that letter, can you tell Netflix to add us on this list so we can watch these damn sitcoms?
I was excited.
Always playing us.
Excited, and I logged into the Netflix and I typed Moesha. And they were giving me every other suggestion.
I don't think
they gave me Modern Family when I wrote Mo.
I don't think it launched yet, guys.
It did.
No, it did yesterday.
It's an American thing.
Oh,
it's only for Americans. So thank God for Twitter. Twitter has given us suggestions. There's something called a VPN that you can download, and a VPN will kind of like manipulate the system to think you're in the States. But
people come for you talking about VPN on there. I don't know if that's legal.
What's wrong with VPN?
Is that legal?
I don't
know. Real hacker team.
We don't have a legal team yet, so
hey, I thought VPN was fine because that's the same thing we use to work from home. So you have to connect through a VPN to work from home. So I just thought VPN was fine.
The only one I don't know is my Bell. What is it? 129.
What?
I don't even know these numbers you're speaking
you
of.
give out your Wi-Fi password, eh?
Nah, it's the username. It's not the password yet. It's the username.
Hey, if people are talking about it online,
That's true.
I think
You
I
got
don't
it
know.
on Twitter. You
If
can't be
people are-
blamed. Twitter.
Yeah, I got this information from Twitter. Literally, the whole thread of people telling you what to do, which app to download, literally step by
well then-
step. And I'm like, oh,
Wow.
They need to
okay.
go for that
Serious.
person. But for me, so basically, I love all of these shows that were listed, but one that wasn't listed that I love is the Parkers, and that's actually also being like brought back in, and I love that show.
Okay.
I think because the girl's name was Monique. So growing up, I just felt like it was for me. Like I just felt like I belonged in the show. Not gonna lie, her personality kind of made my childhood a little bit hard because people feel like they knew me just because me and her had the same name.
So they thought you acted like her.
Yeah, and I was so different than her, but because my name was Monique, and even the way that they said my name, like I'm like, yo, sis, really made it hard for me out here, honestly, for a very long time. But I loved the show. I thought it was really funny. I just think like the whole thing behind it was like she was at the same college or university as her daughter, Nikki. I don't remember, but I like that because I just picture me and my mom doing that, and that would just be a mess. Like that could be a show in itself. So I like that show. And then also one of the friends named T, the man was fine. So I would just.
You thought T was fine?
Yes. He wore tracksuits. He had a little fitted on back in the day. That's all I needed those times.
T? We couldn't get the man's full name, just one letter.
T. That's it. That's all that mattered. I remember Mr. Ogilvy, the way Monique used to chase him and stalk him.
Yeah, it was a really good show. It was a really good show. The Parkers was really good. I just feel like there's a lot of reruns and we kind of got sick of it, but that show was actually A1. It was really, really good. Let's give them their flowers. All these shows here are all good.
But yeah, let's move on though to the next topic in this week's lowdown. So we also saw last week that Beyoncé dropped her visual album Black is King, which has stunned the internet, of course. But let's be fair, Beyoncé is a production and we did not expect anything less than amazing. With that being said, Beyoncé made clear that in working on Black is King, she wanted to reimagine the story of the Lion King, as well as shift the global perception of the word Black, which has always meant inspiration and strength. She also quoted that Black is King means regal and rich in history, in purpose, and in lineage. So yeah, Beyoncé, let's talk about her. Oh, and she also released a video as well, which we all saw. Beyoncé featuring Shatta Wale and Major Lazer, titled Already.
Honestly, it was powerful. The thing is, remember, this whole thing was released last year, this time. Last year, this time, I remember being in Portugal, and all I was listening to was this Beyonce album. And then for her to come back and bring it back in a way where it's like, yo, you feel like you're hearing the songs for the first time. I'm like, yo, only Beyonce could do this. But before we get into like how good this all is, I feel like she had to come strong because I'm not gonna diss her, but her role in Lion King, it wasn't it. It really wasn't it. So I'm really happy that she got the chance to come back and give us like this art, because I feel like this is where she just does the best work.
But do you think she probably did that on purpose though? Like she probably kind of just actual film because she knew that she wanted to basically create it herself. Like
yeah, I think that's why she took the time. I think that's why she just released the audio and then did the visuals afterwards, because she knew she was going to do a film and just come for her next.
No, but
she knew.
I can tell about her role as Nala in the movie though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, she kind of probably just like laid low on that because she knew, like, yo, I want to.
If you're gonna do Nala, you can't lay low. You can't lay low. Anything you're doing, you have to do proper. You know how long people have been waiting for Lion King, and you come like that. I'm happy she redeemed herself with this.
That's dope.
I thought it was really, really amazing to see, like, even just the video, like the hairstyles, the outfits, everything just made me feel like, yo, she really is. More than ever, like, we all should be tapping into our Blackness, but more than ever, like, she was just like, yo, I'm Black and I'm here. And if y'all didn't see me before, like, I'm here. So yeah, it was really, really nice. I wasn't able to see the actual visual album because it's on, what is it, Disney Plus.
Disney Plus,
I can't afford one more subscription service. Okay.
I feel you, sis. I'm right
We might have
behind
to
you on
get a
that.
VPN.
Y'all are, first of all, can we just park? They're not even giving no discounts here. Like in quarantine, we all need some. This platform should be free for like these 3-4 months of quarantine that we're in here. I don't know what's going on. I need to write a
We might have to find a VPN on Twitter for Disney Plus
or that.
Yeah, honestly, I agree. I honestly thought they were going to give us. I thought a lot of companies were going to give us discounts because of this pandemic. I had a whole different vision of saving money. I thought my internet was going to be cheaper. I thought insurance was going to be cheaper because my ass wasn't going anywhere. But these companies are just like, sorry, we didn't plan for this. We're struggling as much as you are. So you better just pay on time because we'll cut your services and feel no way.
Too, so they
Okay.
But you know why it's actually really big? Why? Like, okay, I read on CNN that, you know, when growing up and you think of Disney, all you think of is like princesses that are white, and you know their kings are white, and they give you an image of like what royalty looks like from you're young. So for Beyonce to come with Black is King on Disney Plus, that's very boss. Like that's big within itself.
I love that you mentioned that. I saw a tweet earlier this week where someone said Beyonce got Homecoming on Netflix, Lemonade on HBO, and Black is King on Disney Plus to see a Black woman dominate. When I saw that tweet, I just had to retweet because she's on literally every platform. Showing us my favorite one is Homecoming on Netflix. A lot of people have already seen this concert, but the fact that it was refilmed and it's behind the scenes and she's on Netflix and it was trending for a very long time, I love it. I love it. I love it. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't always a huge Beyonce fan before because her fans are very like, you know, are really like Beyonce. So for me, when something's really talked about so much, I don't really pay attention to it until I have my own time. I do my research, then I get into it. That's just me overall with everything. Like even with Scandal and shows like that. Like when people are talking about stuff so much, I don't get into it because it's just so overwhelming. I need to take it in my own time. But now seeing Beyonce project art like this and being more pro-Black and talking about music that I can understand, I'm like, wow, this girl is actually good. Like she's actually really that good. Like I want to give her flowers because just seeing her do this and going back to the motherland and working with Shatta Wale is just amazing. I love it. She didn't have to do it. A lot of these artists have songs with people who don't even have them in their music video. I love it. She was interacting. She was dancing with these Ghanaian artists and dancers. I loved it.
Gets them to show her the choreography, which I love.
Exactly.
One thing to take people's stuff, and remember we talk about like appreciation versus what's the thing?
Appropriation.
Yeah. So she's a perfect example. Well, in my opinion, I'm sure other people would disagree with me because these days everyone will disagree. But she's to me a good example of what it means to get the artists who are actually responsible for the movement involved. Like she filmed some of Lemonade in Jamaica. This one, she got people, she went out there searching for a Ghanaian artist to help her choreograph the moves. So I'm like that, to me, that those little things matter like in art to me.
It really does matter. And it does also shine a different light for like African parents because a lot of African parents don't believe in artistry and so on and so forth. So for them to see someone like an artist like Beyonce come all the way to Ghana and just like, you know what, I want to work with your kids because they're that talented. It just brings a whole different light. And I love it. I love it.
I can't remember too what videos she did it, and she had the African dancers, and she talked about that, how she literally went to like Ghana, and guys had like all they had was their YouTube really brought them from Ghana and put them in the video.
Yeah.
And she was talking about that. She's like, if I'm gonna use their talent, like I want it to be them. I want it to be the authentic thing. I don't want it to just be, I'm looking at them and I have a choreographer that just comes in and redoes everything. So that was amazing to see too, that she's been doing that. So congratulations to Beyonce. I can never say anything bad about that woman.
I agree. I agree. I'm not
that is her role as Nala. That's the only thing.
You're really standing your ground on that.
I was excited for that movie, and I was sitting there and I was like, Beyonce, please. And then I had to defend her for months about people like, no, she was crap. I'm like, no, listen, it's just her voice. You know, I had to come up with excuses. So I'm just happy that she killed it again.
Yes, Beyonce. Congratulations to her. If you were able to, watch it on Disney Plus, send us a link. Send us was it NPDP, whatever.
Give us your login.
Yes, we're out here still waiting to watch it. But let's move on though to public divorces and breakups. So we've seen that has been happening quite a bit lately. We've seen a flurry of breakups and divorces from Meek Mill and Milano, to Dr. Dre and former wife Nicole Young, to Tracy Morgan and now former wife Megan Wallover. Is this quarantine taking a toll, or is this simply just life? But yeah, public divorces and breakups.
Yo, I don't know what to say about that. That could never be me. That's all I can say. But I don't know what else to say. I'm just like,
what do you mean it could never be you? If you were a celebrity and you and your man broke up, what do you mean it could never be you?
Okay, not that it could never be me, because God forbid, but it could never be me in the extraness and in the way that these people are dealing with it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Like I can't get like that. No. I can't do it. If me and you are divorced, the only person that should know is our family, our close friends, and our lawyer. Why are stuff being circulated on the web? It's not me.
But is it the artists that are putting up, or just people who are finding out by sources and they're just
now
putting it
hard.
out?
It's hard because I think
it's sources, no?
Yes, and the public, like once you file your divorce documents, there's a way that the public can actually get the paperwork. Like TMZ be getting the paperwork. Yeah. So that is like,
I think
paperwork.
I think TMZ literally has someone in each field, someone in legal, someone in the hospital, someone, a street man. They literally have people they're paying. There's no way they have access to this information so quickly. There's no way.
That's what's scary.
So one thing that I didn't like, especially about one particular couple that we actually touched base on a few episodes ago, was the whole Meek Mill and Milano breakup, because we were discussing their whole relationship when it wasn't even announced. He wasn't even claiming her. People didn't even know that they were together. It was just, I guess, word on the street or whispers here and there. All of a sudden they have the baby, and then that's all out in the open, and then 2-3 months later they're splitting, and it's like public on his end.
Big statement.
Big statements as well, like paragraphs. Like, okay, buddy,
where was the statement when you guys were together?
But maybe
I just feel like he needs to
kid. I'm not sure.
I understand, but she was pregnant when they were together, so he could have put a statement like you were together. We're expecting.
I think
I just think you need to keep that same energy.
And if you're gonna put a statement, at least put it out at the same time. Like text me and say, "Yo, I'm about to put it out. You do it too." Because my guy put out a big thing, and she didn't even have anything out like that. So it's like, now you're telling my business before I even have an opportunity to tell people.
Because he probably didn't even ask her. So then it became like a tit for tat. Because then she posted, I was like, nah, she's looking kind of hurt, like the way that she posted whatever she posted. So clearly they weren't communicating. Like, okay, if we're gonna put this out in the public, let's have it be a mutual agreement. That didn't happen there.
I like the way she responded. I thought it was kind of cute, and I think I would do it the exact same way, because she basically said, I'm not one to discuss my my relationship status. And then you have to swipe. And then she brought it back to arrest the cops who killed Breonna Taylor. And I'm like, yo, I think that's so classy. Because it's like, yo, yeah, my divorce, my separation. Were they even married? Sorry, what? Divorce? Why am I saying divorce?
It's just a common relationship. It's just boyfriend and girlfriend.
Like,
and we're out here pulling big statements out like it's a friggin' 14-year marriage or something. You don't owe us nothing. We didn't even know what was going on. So we don't need to give us a statement if we didn't even know what was going on. We don't know what the kid's name is. Like, I'm sorry. We weren't involved from the beginning.
His birthday, which is so nice.
Yeah.
That's cute.
I don't know. I was rooting for them.
I was rooting for them too. I actually really like them. I really, really like them. But I'm not mad at it. Like, do what you need to do. But like, I just feel like if you guys want to keep it private, and if, let's say, even if it was a pressure of like fans or people who support you, maybe you guys should have just kept it private without the whole thing. Because now we're coming and okay. So sorry. Now you guys are coming out with big statement to let us know you guys are done. What good does that do?
I don't know, but a couple that
in terms of divorces though, I don't know. Did Dr. Dre say anything about his? I think it was kind of just like circulated on the media.
Yeah, it was just circulating.
Yeah,
but there was one thing that came out about their divorce, is that he had a prenup and he's worth $800 million. So I guess based on the way they put this out is that she didn't know about his prenup.
My God.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
how exactly do prenups work? Doesn't the wife need to sign a prenup in order to agree to it?
That's what I thought. I'm not sure because prenup is rich people that be doing prenups. But I think that's how it works. Yeah, JT, go ahead.
Sorry, I think when you're in that moment, you don't really skim everything through unless your lawyer's literally there with you. You would hope someone skimmed it through, especially when you're I don't know. I feel like when you're in love and you're in the moment, you're like, we're not gonna give a divorce. Who cares? Sign.
Dog, the way
Next
I will
you know.
look for that PRE, and I will not skim. I will be looking for it. Like it's so like I will look for it because you hear too many stories these days about the divorce and stuff, and it's like one thing to be jolly and excited and stuff, but you have to protect your things, man.
Yeah. But back to the initial question, like, is it quarantine taking a toll or is it just simply life? I honestly think quarantine may have played a role in a lot of these couples, I guess, their separation or even divorce, because a lot of couples, like, if we look at it, people have work and then they have the kids and they have like their extracurricular stuff that they're doing. So they're not really spending as much time together on a day-to-day basis. And during quarantine, a lot of these couples were forced to be in each other's space. So like I think
valid
a lot of things that may have been issues or may have been like maybe it's not a big deal now turn to major issues, and they're like, you know what, we can't carry on like this, and maybe we're really not meant for each other.
I agree.
Yeah, valid point. Because you're right. You go to work. You're not with your partner majority of the day. You probably go to the gym. You do stuff. Like, even if you guys are mad at each other, you guys are having a break from one another. But can you imagine having a fight in quarantine and literally seeing this dude's face right over there watching, I don't know, NFL or you know what sports I was even out playing FIFA or something. It just annoys you. It's like, why are you still here? Why are you even breathing,
how
sir?
big the house is. It's like, okay, honey, I'm going to the pool. Okay, I'll stay in the kitchen. Like, what do you even do?
You know you can feel his presence. You know, you're just annoyed at a dude. Like, you can just feel him. It's like, why are you still breathing? Why are you still here?
Dead.
Like, move.
But you know what all of this is showing me? It's just kind of showing me like marriage is not valued like it once was. Like relationship is not valued like it once was. Like I try to talk big and bag, like, oh, protect your things, watch but realistically, I have to be real with myself. I don't really believe in like prenup and this and that. I just want to be, if me and you are deciding to come together and build together, we're gonna build together. Mine is yours. So I take back my last comment. I have to humble myself. You know what I'm saying? I take it back because it's just like I really just love old school love. Like we're building a legacy together. We've come into this. We're going to work. We're going to work hard, and we're going to win. So to see all these relationships like come and go, it's sad. Like it's ultimately sad to me.
It's really sad.
It's really sad, but in the end, the stuff that really matters is peace of mind and happiness.
Facts. That's the way I'm on. Facts show well.
That's true.
Yep.
Because
that's the word for today.
Because let's talk the flip side. A lot of people can be in things and be so unhappy and hurt and broken, and it's like you're living this life for who?
Facts.
So there's a side to everything, and I like that we kind of show both sides, because it's easy to be like, don't do it. Why are you in a relationship and then but we don't know what's happening behind closed doors.
Okay, so this week we also came across a post from My Brown Box Instagram that read, "Black women deserve love and luxury." Let's define what that means, both love and luxury, because I know a lot of y'all probably think that luxury means Louis V and Gucci, but let's just go a little bit deeper.
Wow. It's a deep question, and it worries me that I've never really like sat down and thought about what luxury looks like for me. Like that's a problem within itself. I know what I like, but like, is it luxurious? You know what I mean? Maybe you guys can go first and give me some ideas.
Okay.
But what about love though? Like,
okay, so I'll go first. So, well, the definition of luxury is the state of great comfort and extravagant living. I guess is to an extent extravagant you want to go. But for me, great comfort and extravagant living, that means to me, I guess, travel and being pampered and catered to. and not necessarily being provided by someone else. It can also be something that I can give to myself.
Yeah.
It can be from a friend. It can also be from a romantic partner. And in terms of even like love, like even if we're to speak of the 5 love languages, I know I personally, I like quality time and words of affirmation. I love being like physically around a person that not even like romantically involved with. It's even my like friends, any relationship. I like spending quality time with them because those are the times you're able to build memories. And even so there's quality time and words of affirmation. I like when people recognize certain things that I'm doing and even say like great job or you're doing well. That just keeps me motivated and keep me going. Or even like just I love you. Like those to me are like very sacred and I just love it. So that's what it means to me.
Wow.
I'm just smiling from ear to ear. Like I love everything you just said.
I love it.
Yeah.
Like I feel so fuzzy inside.
Could be the tea, but that's another story.
Okay, love to me definitely means loving myself first. So I just feel like if you don't love yourself first, it is very difficult to express and love other people because you have like no value for you. So that to me just is like number one, and it always will be and always has been. So yeah, definitely loving yourself first and taking care of you. I feel like once you're in that headspace, you're able to love other people. Luxury is a hard one for me because I'm not going to sit here and say like, yo, I don't love like luxurious materialistic items. You know, I want a man to be spending money on me and things like that. Don't ever get it twisted. But definitely like luxury to me also means having access to buy what makes you happy. So having access to fresh food, having access to, you know, really good water, having access to a nice set of bed sheets, having access to a nice reliable car. Like to me, those are things that are, especially in North America, like those are considered luxuries because so many other countries don't even have one of the 6 or 5 things that I just listed.
Yeah,
that's real tough.
Yeah,
that's real.
It's your turn, JT.
Now that's my turn. I'm actually quiet. Yeah, I agree with all you guys. Really good, valid points. But for luxury, I agree with Felicia 100%, definitely. And with Sadé with traveling, I feel like luxury is like a time. Luxury should be a moment where you should be able to travel, not only with your friends, but with your loved one as well, to understand how they are in certain situations and environments. It's a luxury because not all people have that option to travel and go explore other countries around the world. Also, it being, yes, materialistic things, of course. Sometimes when you have something that you feel like you've worked hard to get, it makes you feel good. It doesn't have to be maybe a bag or whatever the case. It could be a car, it could be your new purchase of a property. These are stuff I consider luxurious as well, too, because not everyone have access to it. And in terms of love, I feel like when it comes to love, when it comes to Black women, there's different levels. We don't always get the highest level of love, I feel, because we're always considered that tough, strong woman. And it goes back to our discussion we had last week. Because we're so perceived as a tough woman, it's like, you don't need that level of love. You're good. You're all right. You don't deserve it. But we're all humans. We need that love. We need those words of affirmation, like Sadé was saying. We need that confirmation. We need that reassurance once in a while. It's just make us feel loved. Basically, we need to feel loved because even the strongest person needs to feel loved. They just can't give all the love. So that's love and luxury for me.
That's good. To expand on this meme, there's another meme that's going around that says like Black women deserve the type of love that doesn't have to come out of struggle or something like that. And like that resonates with me because it's just like, I just feel like these days, like what you're saying, JT, is like, it does, like, why does it have to be, like, why is love like something that has to be begged for? Like, I don't really believe that love should have to be something that is begged for. I think if you're begging for love in a certain area, then maybe you should try to find it in another area. So for me, when I think about love and what that means to me, honestly, I have to be real with myself. And like, I genuinely believe that love is rooted in God and the fact that I am loved. And because I am loved, you know what I mean? And I say God because God is the only consistent thing I have in my life. Like, I'm going to be real.
Right.
Sometimes I love myself, sometimes I don't. Sometimes a guy says, oh, I love you, sometimes you don't. So I can't depend on your love. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like, I can depend on God's love for me. And I think from that, dependent on that love, I am able to then love myself, love others around me and all that. So for me, I think when I think of love, I think it's rooted in that truth. And yeah, I like to go on to the love languages things. I think me and Sadé, we have similar ones of words of affirmation and quality time, which is crazy because another thing that I've had to do as a single person is really look at the ways in which my love languages also communicate in my friendships. Because just because you're not in a relationship with a intimate partner doesn't mean you're not able to love on people. And I've really learned that. I'm like, yo, you have a million girls around you that you can literally love on every single day. So I think love to me is bigger than intimate partner. Love to me is God, it's family, it's friends, it's yourself, it's big. And then luxury, I think I'm talking a lot for love because luxury kind of escapes me. I feel like I haven't really dived into that part of myself yet. Like, what is luxurious? What do I actually like? Because I see people that like bags and makeup and shoes and stuff, and I see it, and when they like it, I get it, like it makes sense. But I don't know if it's me. Like, I just don't feel like it's me. I think in times when I have felt like I'm luxurious, that I'm enjoying the luxury is like a nice glass of wine, you know, like a nice meal, nice candles, like anything that has to do with self-care, like going to therapy to me. Like, it's a luxury that I'm wanting to learn about. Like, those type of things are luxury to me, like self-care and obviously travel. That travel has my heart. So yeah, that's love and luxury for me still.
Those are big.
Okay.
We all said
those are fire.
Really, really good point. Right?
But it's a really good question to ask ourselves because society doesn't ask us these things. And you have to know. You have to know. Because if you don't know what love is and what luxury is, then you'll take anything from anybody for any reason.
Facts.
Okay, so let's get into this week's No Filter, which is coming from Sadé.
Oh my goodness. All right. So mine is going to be short and sweet, and it is something that has been driving me up the wall lately. Of course, it's going to be tied back to COVID because that's something that's taken over our lives we can't even escape. So actually, before recording, I was grocery shopping. And one thing that has really been irritating me lately is this entire mask situation.
Oh my God, you just shook me to my core.
Right now, I'm not even going to get into my view on them, but because the government said it's mandatory to wear, Sadé is going to abide by the rules and be a good citizen and wear my mask in public. Now, the thing I have an issue with are some stores kind of picking and choosing if it's going to be mandatory once you walk in there. I'm wearing my mask, doing my due diligence, and there's some people who are still being served in certain places and are not wearing a mask. So how are you an establishment going to pick and choose who you want to, I guess, serve, or who does get to wear a mask and who doesn't? The next thing are some people having them. So once you get into the store, it's mandatory, like they're checking to see if you have it or not. And then once you get in, people have them around their neck, around their arm, and then they have them on their face, but it's not covering their nose. So it's like, what's the point of even wearing it? I don't understand. And then not only that, but the barrier that this mask brings. It's a physical barrier on top of the plexiglass, which is another physical barrier. And then there's other language barriers on top of that as well. Half of the time, I'm there speaking with the mask, and I don't even understand what they're saying because of the volume and then the language barrier. One time I got this annoyed. I'm like, honestly, I'm taking this off and I'm going to speak to you because I honestly can't do it no more.
Yep.
Yo, you don't understand how it's such an. I just ordered. You know what I just ordered from Amazon? You know the shield, the face shields. That's what I'm wearing from now on. Because first of all, those masks are bothering my beat faces. I'm coming with my face beat, and this mask is removing half my makeup. Sorry, that's one thing that's pissing me off.
You're killing me.
And half my face is already on the mask when I'm taking it off. It's just disgusted. So I'm just coming with the shield. I'm going with the shield.
How much setting spray or freaking primer I put on, half of the bottom part of my makeup is off on the mask.
Fam,
But to be
this
honest,
I don't know.
I have the shield, and that thing will leave a dent in your forehead.
Oh, really?
So you can't win.
So you can't even win.
You can't win.
You can't win.
You can't win.
I'm gonna need brother COVID to leave.
You know,
he came. He's done his job.
You know the do-rag dents? You know those dents?
Yeah.
So I can match with somebody's son then. We can both have the dents.
Oh my gosh. And not only that, but like also they call it like acne. It's like the acne that you're gonna get around your face. Mask. Like now we're gonna have to spend extra time in our face on like our skincare routine. Like it's frustrating, but there's no way around it. We're just gonna have to deal with it.
Yeah. Honestly, because of the mask wearing, I've limit like my trips to the grocery store and like, you know, malls and whatever, because it's like you can't win. It's really, really annoying with the mask. I get it. I completely understand. I know why we're doing it, but it's just something that where it's like, it's annoying in the moment, especially when you have it on for a long period of time.
I think I'm getting used to it. I have to wear it at work for 8 hours. So as soon as I'm finished with a person and I'm just in my office by myself, the way I take that thing down and just breathe, because sometimes I feel like it's giving me shortness of breath. Like, yo, I'm like, like, you know, so I can't, I just want COVID to go away, to be honest. I'm tired.
That's a good point, Monique.
I'm tired.
Yeah, I agree with you, Philly.
So that's my no filter.
No, it's a good point.
That's my no filter for today.
It was a good one.
I just also have to say about the masks. I don't know if you guys noticed, but those medical ones, I feel like they have a smell. Like they're spraying it with some sort of chemical.
I rebuke it. I rebuke it.
In. I don't think we actually are doing the research about the materials that are used to make these masks, because I feel like when it's on my face, I genuinely am smelling some sort of chemical. Like one day I was at work, I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like this thing it's not good for me. Like clearly there's something in here that is not good for us. But because the government says, oh, wear a mask, we're all just wearing a mask.
I remember a couple weeks ago or whatever, there was in the news like, oh, the government's sending masks. And I'm like, I'll wear the mask that I bought, that I have, because I'm sorry. I'll wear what I have, man.
Oh, yeah. The city of Brampton actually mailed
my house. It's 3 masks per family. I just want to know then, what if you have a family of 6? You're limited to how many masks your family.
Do you see how big these Brampton houses is? Do you really think there's literally 3 people in these big ass Brampton houses? Can we just be real,
right? To take turns.
Doesn't make sense when you're seeing 2-car garages, when you're seeing the parking lot holding 4 cars. Do you think there's 3 people in these houses? Come on.
The New York governor had me dead. He was like, it is not a chin shield, it is a face mask. The amount of
I saw that.
Shields I've been seeing. It's hilarious. But yes, let's move on though, because this week we have a pretty big a dirty laundry, and I don't even know if I'm prepared to read this all. I'm very grateful to the person that sent it to us, directly to the email too, but it's a lot. So I'm gonna need you guys to probably turn up your volumes, listen clearly. It's a long one, so I'm just gonna get into it. So this person wrote, all right, y'all, I figured I'd share my friend's story on no one's behalf. This has been going on since summer, right? This has been going on since summer of 2019. I'm fairly close with one of the 2 girls, so we'll call her Piece 1, and the other girl is just an acquaintance, so we will call her Piece 2. And the guy I've known for almost my whole life, he's best friends with my older brother. We will call him Will. All right, let's get down to the nitty gritty. Will and I met years ago through my brother. Will got into bad things around that time. I was in high school with Piece 1 back in 2010. Piece 1 and I both attended the same college as well. Piece 1 always had a thing for Will. Will never paid her much mind, but he always said she's an easy option. Will and Piece 1 are usually both at gatherings. So in June, I noticed Will and Piece 1 started getting fairly close around Caravana time. How ironic is that? Because Carabana would have been happening this weekend. So yeah, they started getting close around Carabana time, and myself and the rest of the friend group started to realize that Will and Piece One were having sex and going out on mini dates. Then there was a party, and everyone was there. This is where Piece Two now comes into play. It was a good house party. There was, drinks, weed, music, and strippers. Yes, she said there was strippers. Will was mesmerized by one of the strippers, which is now piece number 2. He wasted his entire night hollering at this ting and back to the friend's house where we all turned up. And by the end of the night, Will and piece 2 were off in a room doing it. By the next morning, Will walked piece 2 out the door. He then turned to us and said, "Please don't tell piece 1." Piece 1 came by the house later that night, and we all turned up some more. Will handled his business. Piece 1, like piece 2, wasn't just there a few hours prior. Fast, I had a booth at Cabana. I obviously invited piece 1, because it's a given that she would be there. Will's dumbass invites piece 2. Both pieces had suspicions about each other, but never said anything to each other or to Will. Pieces and turned up like he knew nothing. Later that day, we all went to my Airbnb. Well, everyone except Will and piece 2. Piece 1 was then informed about Will, and piece 2 cried but got lit and wanted to rip Will's head off. Everyone gathered in the living room space to piece 1 and Will to give them their space. You would think with the information that was just handed to piece 1 that she would cuss him out, then go on her way. But nope, piece 1 got the D and came down smiling and laughing like everything was cool. We ended up going to Copacabana to end my birthday off the right way, or at least it was supposed to be ended off the right way. But piece 2 showed up, and Will sat her down beside himself, and piece 1 was across from him. It was mad awkward the whole night. Piece 1 ended up throwing a drink at piece 2 and calling her all types of crazy stuff. And then piece 2 ended up squaring up at 1. Breather. Shit hit the fan, and we got kicked out of the restaurant, which was the shittiest day ever. Yeah, so basically she said 2020 update. Will is still having sex with both piece 1 and piece 2, and they both seem to be okay with it. She no longer talks to piece 1, which was basically the girl that she met in college and she was closer to at first. But she's saying now that piece 2 hits her up all the time. So should she just X herself completely out of this entire mess because she no longer seems to want to be a part of it?
Oh my God.
I hope everyone has their drinks ready.
Yo,
those drinking tea, water.
My tea is done. Like,
get a refill because you got a whole nother tea in this inbox. I don't know what to say. For the first time, I'm speechless. I don't know what to say. I think she shouldn't just talk to both of them because this is Will's issue now. This is an entanglement. Ironically, his name is Will too.
I'm dead. I didn't even notice that.
It's an entanglement. I told you we're not promoting entanglements in 2020. This is Will's issue. Remove yourself. Let Will deal with it. Wow, it's a lot. Yeah, I think she should remove herself and just let Will deal with that and stick with one girl. Like, I don't know. I don't know. It's really not your business, sis.
Yes, I agree, JT. And I wouldn't want to be a part of this. Like, imagine you guys are out and then it's like piece 1 has something to say because she was chilling with him the night prior, and then piece 2 calls you the next morning because Will was with her the 2 days before that. It's just too much. Like, I don't think this is good for your mental health. No, sis. Keep it moving.
During a pandemic? Sorry, I can't be involved in stuff like this during a pandemic. I can't.
No, ma'am.
Yeah, I agree. The friend should just kind of mind her business and just let Will figure that entire situation out because that's a lot to deal with.
Yeah.
I'm lost. I'm lost. I get the story, but I'm just like, Wow. Like, first of all, I just want to say thank you for sending this story in. The detail that you gave us, like, you better be out here writing books, because I would definitely read something that was written in that much detail.
Yeah.
But I just feel like anytime you have to tell a story in regard and name people piece one, piece twos, it's time to go. I just feel like no, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do this too much. Like you said, JT, it's an entanglement that you don't need to be in. For me, I like to simplify my life. And like the only thing that I'm really caught up on is like your original friend was piece one. Like I know we're close to piece two, but even the fact that piece two is hitting you up, like why, sis? Like, like what is the intention of piece two? So I really want to know, like, why is piece two hitting you up? Why are you gravitating towards piece two now? What about piece one? This was your original friend. Like, nah, it's time to go. It's really time to go.
Yeah. It's gotten messy now at this point. And it's like, I feel like now it's not even more involved with Will. Now it's like you're kind of replacing Will at this point, because both females were your, well, not both. One friend was your friend initially, piece one, and now you're getting involved with piece two. So you're basically doing what Will was doing. It's just in friendship roles, basically.
Tell Will to take piece one and piece two and peace out.
Hey.
Okay. That's the best advice.
I just oof. I get where she's coming from, because I see how it's hard, because they're both mutual friends. Like, she was friends with Will since what? She said it's like through her brother, and it's been years since they've been friends. And then piece one is her good friend. So I get how like they're always kind of gonna be, even though like you kind of want to distance yourself. So it's gonna be hard. It's literally like watching a movie just like play in front of you in real life. Like it's gonna be hard to fully just not know what's going on. I feel like she's always gonna know what's going on.
But you remember last week when we spoke about red flags and stuff? I just feel like if you have to ask yourself, should I be in this relationship? There's a huge chance that you shouldn't be anymore. Like if you really are at a place where you have to really question your presence or like your entanglements, then it's time to go. Because things that are meant for you, they're just a little bit easier. You feel me? Not always, but more times you don't have to be really questioning it too much. Yeah. It's a peaceful life. Listen, 2020 is about peaceful living, luxury and love. No peace, 1, 2.
Peace, not peace. Peace. Okay, we have to get the two right. But yeah, definitely it's time to peace out for sure. Yeah.
But thank you for sending it in. You're more than welcome to send a quarantine update, maybe even a 2021 update. We'll be open to hear it. Just send it over to the email and we'll help you out. But let's move on though to the last segment of this week's episode, which is She's Got the Code. So this week, She's Got the Code goes to 21-year-old Ayo, which she is an electrical engineer student and founder of Hangio. So Ayo launched the first Black-owned premium bendable startup. She noticed that traditional hangers had not been changed in a long time, seeing as hangers were first created 150 years ago. Ayo knew that people cared about their clothes and wanted them to be properly taken care of. Hangio hangers have a resist touch and can mold into 6 configurations. So I created this hanger to solve frustrating shoulder bumps. We've designed a specialty hanger that retains the quality of your precious garments by alleviating the issues of bumps, stretching, and slippage. So sis reshaped, reformed, revamped, and remolded and restructured the game. So thank you for creating a hanger that is bendable, durable, and versatile, and reminding us to hang in there. So congratulations, Ayo, you have got the code.
Yes, love it. Love it. I saw this girl on Twitter trending sometime last week, and I was like, this is amazing. I didn't even notice hangers literally look the same since 150 years ago. Like, I just never noticed. And for me, like, organizing my closet is always an issue because my stuff stay falling off. And I hate that clear plastic. I don't know what it's called, but they add to dresses for you to hang on to your hanger. Oh, it's just a struggle. It's a struggle. And I love how another Black person invented something that's going to be very useful. I love it. She sold out, but sis, get your coins. That was a really good idea.
Wow.
And I love her. She's got the code, because I think a lot of times we can focus on like celebrities and things like that. Like, what are those people doing? Like, I went on her Instagram page and she has like a little bit over 1,000 followers, but that doesn't mean that you're not doing good things in the world and you're not making change. Like, I feel like these days we kind of attribute like success with numbers, but it's like, nah, you can be out here living a humble life, doing your thing, making your coin, and not be, out there like.
There's so much talent out there that people don't recognize because they have like 50 followers. It needs to change. It definitely needs to be changing. I think we started that trend where we're giving light to people who don't have that much followers, but followers don't mean shit. If you're really talented, your shit will speak for itself. So it is what it is.
Yeah. And another thing that I like about this as well is like the her product, like it's very professional in terms of even the marketing and the like the packaging and everything that she has going on. So I'm even on her page right now, and it looks very, very professional. But
yes, I noticed the same thing too.
Like sis,
and sorry, go ahead. No worries.
Sis said she had an idea, and she just took whatever she had like in her education background and just put that into full force and just went with it. So that.
And I love it. Now wait for all the copycats to follow behind. Just wait.
That's fine. They'll show
right, right.
Just wait.
God, we're not gonna get into it. We're not gonna get into copycats this episode. We'll save that for another episode. Okay? No, just know we see you.
The devil's a liar.
Clear, crystal clear.
Oh, with my 2020 vision.
I just wanted to say, like, I have to get these hangers when they're back in stock, because I don't know about you guys, but with my OCD, I cannot stand having different types of hangers. Like, I have all black hangers in my closet, and they're kind of like this material that holds your clothes. Yeah. It's like a velvet material.
I have those same ones.
And I did that. Yes, because I used to have the plastic ones. I even had the what is it, the wire ones. I know Jamaican households. The wire ones still find those wire hangers.
Those wire ones are disrespectful.
Yes,
say no to wire hangers.
Different type of hangers.
But I love how you can bend them. They kind of remind me like flexi rods. Yeah. If you guys know what I'm talking about, the flexi rods.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's the same concept in a sense, but for your clothes. So you can literally, like, let's say if you have a spaghetti strap, you can literally bend the edges so then your spaghetti straps don't fall off. And now our garments that we're paying $200 for won't be on the ground, you know?
So smart. And see, so this smart. Also makes me think too, like a lot of the times we get our education and we go into something different, but we think that our education no longer matters. In her case, she came from an engineering background. So she took what she had learned in engineering and applied it to a very successful business. So yeah, just to our viewers too, like if you have a background in something, don't just think that it's done because you decided to move on with something else. Your education will show up in moments that you probably needed the most. So yes,
and this is something you use every day.
Yeah. But we just want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to follow us on Instagram at This Is Decoded. That's This Is DCODED. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, and YouTube. Just type in Decoded. Also, you know we love to interact with you. So feel free to slide in the DMs or email us at contactdecoded@gmail.com.
Bye.